Hey, what's up? I'm Matt.
I'm Johnny.
And we're from Kilhanna, and you're watching Scandesia.
I want a girl with lips like morphine. Knock me out every time they touch me.
It's been great to be back in the UK and see our fans. It's been a minute since we've done this. So.
It's been cool. Like,
yeah.
it's interesting to see some new fans, but then also you recognize all the regulars. So when we were coming to England more consistently, you start to really get to know fans, and they start traveling around a lot, and some of them, you know, kind of gone on with their lives or whatever, and then you recognize them and you're like, holy shit, like, oh my god, like, it's all coming back. And a lot of people have, and then actually some of them don't come back at all. Like, this poor girl is like, hey, it's me. I'm like, and she goes, you don't remember I painted you this massive portrait? And I'm like, I don't remember. And she showed me a picture of me holding this portrait from like 3 years ago.
Right.
No memory. And then another picture of her in the audience of the Manchester show holding this portrait. I felt so bad. I'm like, God. But we were playing so much, and they're so cool, and it's yeah. So it's been trippy. It's been like a little bit of amnesia and a little bit of just like a really welcome homecoming. You know, we're coming up on the 10th annual New Heart for Christmas, which is our big Chicago show, and it just felt significant, and it felt like we just felt like there was more honor in ending it on our terms than just playing around casually. And we didn't know, like, we had songs for the new record, but we're just looking at the state of the music industry and everything else, and it just felt like a stronger choice.
And plus, all of us do play in other bands. We have other projects musically, and our schedules are it's kind of hectic. Like for us to like get together and try to do something. It's like, oh, like, you can't really tour because we're on other tours. You know, Matt's busy with his stuff, me as well, Elias, everyone. So yeah, so when we started having conversations about it, and like it almost like at the beginning it was like almost a little unfair to keep fans like waiting, hoping for like new stuff, because the new stuff hadn't been coming. You know,
just better. I think it's just better to be like,
yeah,
you know, gas to the floor, or like pedal to the metal, or totally off. You know, it's kind of like halfway in just feels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we were never that way because we were always very intense with everything, touring with our albums.
Yeah.
We've always put 100% of effort into everything. So like, yeah, it wouldn't be right. I remember mine.
I don't. I remember yours.
I remember mine.
Yours was outside in a field full of mud.
Yeah.
And it was also my first time ever singing without playing guitar.
Right. And you were wearing a shirt that said Cat Killer on it.
And you were wearing baggy raver pants.
Yeah.
And playing Ibanez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was great. And then the very next show was a sold out Metro show in Chicago. It was just so surreal. Because we'd been friends for a little bit before I started playing in the band.
Yeah, he was in high school.
Yeah, I was just graduating high school. I was 18, and then he invited me to one of their huge shows. They were a popular band in Chicago, and he invited me to one of their big sold out shows, whatever. And I remember just like the vibe. It was like, you know, I used to go to those shows all the time. That venue is very near and dear to my heart, and that was one of the cooler things I've ever witnessed. I was like, oh yeah.
after Kill Hannah, I don't know. Everybody's got their own project.
Yeah, everyone's still. We're all in the music business, so we're all just doing separate tours with other artists and the projects. So yeah, we never really stop. I don't know.
I put out a solo record under the name Wrong Child, and I imagine I'll still continue that. Also, Johnny and I are gonna keep writing together.
Yeah.
And other than that, I don't know. I mean, I want to take up, I don't know, deep sea fishing. I don't know. There was a show we played in Manchester soon after our bus burned to the ground, where we all went on as firemen, and we convinced everyone in the audience that we were actual firemen because we had masks on and everything, and we ran a siren through the speakers, and we tried to usher people out, but then we picked up the guitars and started playing. Everyone was so confused. It was just this great memory coming off of just coming out of Europe and running. I ran to the store that day. I just had the idea. I was like, what if we all, went out as firemen? And I ran to this Army surplus store, and they sold right there. They had 5 matching professional fireman suits. I'm like, fuck, can I say that? I was like, F yeah. And we got him, came back, and we just pulled off this like elaborate prank on the crowd. That was one of my favorite shows of all time, and a great memory. I don't know, there's too many. Like, the more we hang out now, like, they all come back.
Yeah. We both live in Los Angeles, so we see each other a lot. We reminisce a lot.
We loved fighting too. Like, and there's so many videos of it. Like, I mean, to the death, but you're laughing the whole time.
Yeah, it's
so
all.
you can't. You're trying to fight, but your stomach hurts from laughing.
It's not malicious.
And then the next morning, yeah, and that'd be probably 4 or 5 in the morning, and we'd have to be up at 8 in the morning to drive out. And we'd see each other in the morning, walking, out of the hotel. Well, good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you. That's a cool question.
That's a great question. I mean, Matt's a brilliant songwriter, and I think one of my favorite, and I still remember this memory, and I still do this. I Black Boys in Blood. There's something about this very romantic to me, and there's a soft spot with the city where we grew up in Chicago. And, just the vibe of it. I remember when he wrote it. I remember what was going on in our lives at that time. I think that's my personal favorite.
I think I'm most proud of the song Promise Me. It's just really unique and came from the heart, and I remember exactly where I was on the piano, and to me those are always the most magical moments when you just become a kind of vehicle for some emotion, and it comes out in a way that you haven't heard before. It's just your own voice, and those are kind of rare for me. But yeah, that'd be my answer.
Promise me. Promise me now. Promise me.
I haven't talked to Hannah in years. I guess she's doing alright. I think she's in Sweden.
No, she's in Vienna, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait. No, I'm totally wrong. She's in Switzerland.
She can be anywhere.
She was the last time I saw her. She was in Switzerland.
Yeah, the last time we saw her, we were in Zurich.
Zurich, yeah.
And that was a surprise.
Yeah, she showed up.
She's great. She seems
Yeah.
same as always.
Really It's funny too because that night it was this big sold out show. This was in 2008. She came and Matt said it on stage. He's like, by the way, like Hannah is in the building, and everybody flipped out. And like you could see fans just trying to like, you know, and she's just laughing it up. She's like standing on the side of the stage. She loved it. She loved it.
Say oof.
Yeah.
Say oof, man.
It's like a proper French.
Yeah?
It's true. No, it's like slang. It's like slang.
Yeah.
Je m'appelle Johnny.
That's better French.
Cool.
I learned a sentence once, and the sentence was, a woman of exceptional importance. It was like, une femme avec la allure exceptionnelle. Something like that. Like, a woman with exceptional allure. I have a message to the French fans. Sorry that we couldn't make it to Paris on this tour.
Yeah.
We love you guys, and we love Paris, and if it matters at all, I'll continue drinking Bordeaux every day for you, to stay close to you.
If we didn't have to be in Chicago the next couple of days, we would have just gone to Paris.
Yeah, and we're
Just to
actually,
hang out.
one of my greatest memories of all time, we ended a tour in London, and we were at Heathrow, and I realized the whole band was flying back to Chicago, and I'm like, do I have to go back? Like, and there were no other shows, so I'm like, I'm staying. And I booked the Eurostar, and booked an Airbnb in Paris, and I just went by myself for a week with no plans. I stayed in Le Marais, really cool district. I spent a week in Paris and fell in love with it. Instantly hated Americans.
Yeah.
So just thank you for always believing in us. Continue listening to Kill Hannah, and let us know when you're in Chicago, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
My favorite memories of all time, favorite Kill Hannah memories was when I was visiting Paris. Dan was coming through as well, and we played an impromptu acoustic show at Trocadero, just in front of the Eiffel Tower. We just basically sent a tweet out. Tiffany, who's actually here today, who runs the Kill Hannah Collective for France, and we ended up having like 40 kids show up at the park, and we just played acoustic songs and ate bread and pate and for like an hour and a half. Then we ran out of Kill Hannah songs, so Dan and I just started playing Cure songs and Pixie songs, and just the fact that we were there at the Eiffel Tower with acoustic guitars with no electricity, realizing that this is probably what we could have done this exact thing 300 years ago. It was just so special, and I still look at the pictures of that, and it warms my heart. It's one of the greatest gifts I've ever gotten for this ludicrous career that we've chosen. And it's so simple,
Yeah.
but it means so much to me.
I can't